This week on Hardwood Heroes, we take a look at the girls' tournament bracket. Benton County and Federal Hawking take on out-of-conference juggernauts, and the TVC girls' title races come to a close.
Hardwood Heroes starts right now. Yeah! So close to tournament time, but we have to close out the regular season and conference races first. I'm Shane Scalfaro, and welcome back to another episode of Hardwood Heroes. We've got a lot to get through, so open your books to Chapter 4, and let's begin. There's only one place to start, tournament brackets. Tim is here to break down the girls' bracket.
I hope you're taking notes because this is where the fun begins. We start in Division II, Region 7. Athens owns the 7 seed. They'll take on the Tigers of Waverly. 15-seeded Benton County will take on 18-seeded Washington Courthouse Blue Lions. Finally, 19-seeded Wellston Golden Rockets. They'll face off against Fairfield Union. On to Division III, Region 11. We've got a TVC on TVC matchup as Federal Hawking takes on Nelsonville York. 15-seeded Alexander is back in the playoffs. They'll face off with Huntington. Meggs will square off with Ironton in a 24-25 matchup. Winner of that one has a date with top-seeded Portsmouth on Saturday. Rounding out Division III, we've got 13-seeded Belpre taking on 12-seeded South Webster. And last but certainly not least, we go to Division IV, Region 15. Waterford owns the top seed after a dominant regular season. They'll take on the winner of Eastern and Sciotaville. The Trimble Tomcats are set to play 8-seeded Glenwood, and rounding out the section, Lucasville Valley will take on 10-seeded Southern.
The Wildcats girls have been geared up for something big. For that, I'll hand it over to Waterford lead reporter Charlie Ehlenfeld.
Yeah, Shane, it doesn't get bigger than a conference title. It was a special night for Lakin Jones. The senior guard spearheaded the Waterford victory, leading the Wildcats in scoring and contributing 3 steals in a 41-35 conference clean sheet win.
So how did the rest of the squad fare defensively?
As per a team coached by Jerry Close and anchored defensively by Avery Wagner, the Golden Eagles were hamstrung offensively. Take a look right here. Gracie Bills drives, tries to work past Wagner, and she is forced to take a shot that is tipped and corralled by Wagner.
So I was at this game with you, and wow, this game got physical.
Honestly, physical might be an understatement. Belpre's 22 fouls put almost every player on the court in foul trouble.
So another year, another title for the Wildcats. How'd they do it?
A streak of this magnitude is unrivaled in the conference. I talked to head coach Jerry Close to figure out what it has taken to build a historic program at Waterford.
Great kids, takes great kids. Year in and year out, that's the goal of the kids, is to be successful, and they do a really good job of coming in and working hard year in and year out, and they don't want to be the team who doesn't win, so everybody works hard.
As for Close himself, he has yet another trophy to add to his extensive resume during his tenure at Waterford. Under his tenure, the Wildcats have 20 of the last 23 TVC Hawking titles, 6 Final Four appearances, and state titles in 2016 and 2022. The Wildcats are set on earning more hardware.
So flipping over, the boys have been consistently inconsistent this season. What were they up to this week?
The Wildcats entered Wellston, and one player was set on making history for the Cats. On the road versus Wellston on Tuesday, one thing was clear. Jared Armstrong could not miss. First quarter, in the corner, cash from Armstrong. Behind 3 Wildcat threes, Waterford raced out to an 11-0 lead. After a Wellston timeout, hand in his face, no problem for Armstrong with his lightning release. It was 19-6 Waterford after 1. In transition, he could not be denied. The Golden Rockets were tormented there all night. Finn Pennock got in the fun too. This contested shot contributed to his quietly excellent night. In the third, Alec Johnson finds Armstrong, and with that triple, he inched closer to history. Armstrong, again, bang. By the end of the quarter, Waterford led 58-20. One more time for good measure, Roberts to Sparling Ponchak to Armstrong, and history. Armstrong's 11-3 set a school record in his 40-point performance, and Waterford's 63-24 annihilation of Wellston. With their 4th straight win, Waterford is getting hot as the season winds down. Coach Cunningham may be looking at his first playoff win.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get it done. Thanks, Charlie. While Waterford is heating up, the Eastern Eagles have been looking for any momentum they can find. Eastern reporter Ryan Finn is here to see if they found it.
Shane, the last time Waterford and Eastern matched up at the Nest, the Eagles just lost by 2 points. Was this game just as close? Let's find out. The Cooper was packed for senior night, and Eastern was looking to play spoiler. Let's head to the first quarter. Eagles sitting in a 2-3 zone. Alec Johnson throws a skip pass to the corner to find who else but Jared Armstrong for the triple. 14-11 Wildcats after 1. Moving on to the second, Wildcats continue to spark it from the outside, and you need to step up on Johnson. He pulls up in transition to find the bottom of the net. Waterford up 10, headed into break. Eastern looking for momentum found it as Lloyd would power his way through contact for this tough and 1. Eagles down 40-36 heading into the final frame. Although keeping it close for most of the game, Waterford shut and locked the door as Eastern lost 55-46. Sophomore Ethan Edwards had a stellar performance task guarding Armstrong. When guarded by Edwards, Armstrong was held to 2 points and 1 of 7 shooting.
Defense wins championships. I mean, you know, defense like that, getting that block, I mean, that'll just motivate the team. I mean, I know that came up short. Defensive plays will just kind of kill the offense and give us momentum. So
the boys couldn't find that rhythm. What about the girls?
Shane, the Lady Eagles in their last game of the regular season tipped off in Racine Thursday night for a showdown at the bottom of the TVC Hawking. In their first matchup, the game was only decided by 4 points in Southern's favor. Unfortunately for Eastern, the Eagles would fall on Thursday night 54-27.
Now Ryan, you mentioned this game was close last time. What did Southern do to separate themselves from Eastern?
The Tornadoes dissected the Eagles' 3-2 zone, moving the ball around to find the best shot. Shane, it must have been Thanksgiving the way that every girl was getting fed. Girls such as Jalen Hupp, Michelle Atkins, and Sydney Stout all had a pair of threes on the night.
Although the Eagles fell Thursday night, what did they do to keep things competitive?
Shane, let's just say the Eagles came out clawing in the first half. They played physical and made it known they weren't going down without a fight. Shane, their records don't show it, but the teams have a ton of potential for the future.
Yeah, we'll see how they fare in the tournament. Thanks for the great work, Ryan. Sending it back to the top, Federal Hawking has seen both teams towards the top of their conference. For the Lancers Roundup, we bring in Federal Hawking reporter Greta Gunderson.
Yeah, thanks, Shane. The Lady Lancers have picked up big wins in the last few weeks, but have now entered a tough stretch of games. Fed Hawk was defeated at the hands of Waterford last week and came into Marietta looking to bounce back after that tough conference loss. In the first quarter, the Lancers kept it close behind aggressive offense from Brinley Cottrell, who scored 15 points, a team high. However, on defense, they could not cage the Tigers.
Now, compared to that Waterford game, how did Fed Hawk change their defensive look?
Yeah, they really focused with guarding the paint. However, that allowed Marietta to get open looks from behind the arc. Alyssa Baker and Leah Lauer combined for 30 points, and the Tigers racked up 10 threes to extend their lead.
So what can they do to improve before tournament play?
They'll need to lock down all areas on defense. Once they can do that, the offense will continue to shine like they have all season.
Let's see if you get deja vu. The boys also had their hands full with the Tigers.
Oh, they really did, Shane. These two teams left it all out on the hardwood last season, with Marietta coming out on top. In this year's rendition, Marietta started off the game firing on offense, but the Lancers were able to keep it close through the first quarter behind the hot hands of Tara Cottrell and Andrew Earhart. The duo combined for 42 of Fed Hawk's 49 points.
Now, what about on the defensive side of things?
Despite their offensive efforts, it was not enough to stop the Tigers. Marietta was physical on both sides of the ball, with Alex Kendall and Zayden Whittakind creating huge offensive plays. The Tigers fed Kendall in the paint as he went on to drop 26. Whittakind not only showed out from downtown, but he also lit it up in the air with 3 dunks on the night. He finished with 14. The boys have just one conference game left to worry about. They take on Trimble this upcoming Friday to close out the regular season. Both of these Fed Hawk squads need to clean up certain areas before tournament time. If they are able to do that, they should be able to make some noise.
Yeah, I mean, it's now or never. Thanks for the great work, Greta. Looking for some more TVC basketball? Head over to Facebook and Twitter for game recaps and weekly updated conference standings. Instagram has you covered for highlights and action shots throughout the week, and for written content from every game, wub.org/heroes is the spot to go. Let's finish out the Hawking with the Tomcats. Trimble reporter Jamie Spears is here to give us what's going down in Gloucester.
Thanks, Shane. Trimble had a big week last week, and this week they were hoping for something similar. It was senior night in Gloucester, but the Golden Eagles were looking to play spoiler. Belpre's Derek Liston hit 4 threes in the first quarter to get the ball rolling, but the Tomcats did not give up easy. Trimble's defense showed up in the second quarter when they switched to a full court press to force Belpre to speed up and turn the ball over. Heading into the half, Belpre led 36-21. But in the third quarter, the Tomcats outscored the Golden Eagles 19-13. Seniors Cole Wright and Levi Weber helped to keep the Tomcats in this game with those 10 out of 19 points. The Golden Eagles adapted to Trimble's full court press when they really mattered, leading to a lot of open looks down in the paint. Belpree's junior Bass had 2 points in the first half, but exploded in the second half with 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Trimble got within 8 points of the Golden Eagles in the fourth, but Belpree pulled out the win 65-55.
Shifting over, the girls had a tough one on their hands.
Yes, they did, Shane. The Lady Tomcats also hosted Belpree this week for a key conference game before tournament play. This game was a physical matchup. Both teams started out slow, but Belpree turned up the energy in the second quarter. Gracie Bill slowed down the Tomcats by stopping their attack in the paint. She held Mackenzie Ng to only 6 points in the first half. One word to describe her, aggressive. But fighting fire with fire doesn't always work out. Bill's scrappy play earned her 3 fouls in the first half, which put her and her team in a tough spot.
So was she able to keep playing tough defense and slow down those fouls?
No, she wasn't. The Golden Eagles controlled the momentum until about the third quarter. That's when fouls became a big issue for Belpree and Trimble took advantage. Tomcat freshman Bailey Tomlin got her team going with back-to-back threes. Belpree continued to be aggressive, and this hurt the Golden Eagles. Trimble started to capitalize on their free throws when it really mattered. Trimble and Belpree took this battle to overtime where the Tomcats came out on top, trumping the Golden Eagles 52-50. 3 out of the 5 starters fouled out for Belpree and had 28 total team fouls. Rylan Founts and Mackenzie Ng led the Tomcats in points with 18 and 14, while Haley Alloway led the charge for Belpree with 21 points and 8 rebounds. Heading into tournament play, the Tomcats are trending in the right direction.
Yeah, and we'll see if that physicality made them stronger. Thanks, Jamie. So one team fell and one walked out victorious. But Tim, how did the standings shake up?
So we're nearing the end, but things aren't completely wrapped up. As Charlie mentioned, the Waterford girls captured the Hocking title outright with that win earlier this week over Belpree. Federal Hocking finishes in second as their efforts now shift to a date with NY on Thursday in round 1 of the tournament. The rest of the girls' standings remain the same: Trimble, Southern, and Eastern. The boys' title, however, is still up for grabs. Fed Hawk and Belpree both have a chance to win it outright. They each have one conference game remaining on their schedule. If each team wins, they'll share that title. Now, should one of those teams lose, the team that wins their game will be the outright champ.
Both Megs teams lost last week, and they played the same team this week. Quinn Elfers is here to talk some Marauders ball.
Thanks, Shane. Megs is back in action and hoping for some momentum. Let's start with the girls. Megs was looking to rebound with this game, coming in on a 4-game losing streak. Alexander was riding high after a win at Trimble on Saturday. The Spartans implemented a full-court press that seemed to stump Megs early. This would lead to 17 turnovers in the first half for the Marauders. Despite that, Delana Wright kept Megs within striking distance with great plays like these on both defense and offense. The Marauders trailed 23-20 at half.
So we've seen some second half magic in the alley this year. Was Megs able to overcome it?
Short answer, no. Alexander's relentless defense continued. Both Kaylee Hudnall and Lily Ryder combined for 13 steals that led to plenty of fast break opportunities. The Spartan lead kept increasing with 8 from an offense that was firing on all cylinders. Megs had a star on its end, especially in the second half, with Keegan Wolf ending the game with a double-double. Tonight would close with Alexander on top, 66-46.
On the other end, things unfortunately haven't been smooth sailing for the Marauders boys.
Yeah, Shane, and in fact, the past couple of months have looked a little different for the Megs boys. 3 of the 5 starters from week 1 have suffered season-ending injuries, and Megs lead reporter Lucy Schaefer tells a story of a third-generation Marauder and a very special senior.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
A little over 2 months ago, you wouldn't have seen Braylon Harrison on the bench, but rather on the court. On December 8th, everything changed for the Marauders' star forward.
I just went out for a dunk, and as soon as I dunked it, I landed on my left leg. My left leg was straight, and all my momentum just like bounced back the other way.
The exact recovery time for Braylon is unclear, but in the meantime, you can catch him at PT twice a week at Marshall and on the sidelines at every single game.
I feel more of a coach than anything right now because I'm the head of the bench. I'm making subs. If there's something wrong, I like to let them hear it, but no, I feel like a coach now. It's great to still be a part of the team there because I don't know where I'd be without these guys.
As well as becoming a new coach, Braylon has also taken on the role of a mentor.
Oh yeah, Reed. You can't call that charge.
This has become increasingly more important for Megs after young star Reed Brinegar fell with an injury 2 weeks ago against Trimble that would become season-ending. The two have built their relationship since the summer when they'd work out every day together in preparation for the season, and Reed doesn't let his appreciation go unnoticed.
He's the biggest leader I've ever been around. and he's really like helped me be a leader whenever he got hurt, and that's what I had to do. He took me under his wing, and we've just been best friends since.
Coach Hill has seen the bond between the two grow and says that when one Braylon leaves, there will be another to continue that legacy.
We have another special player that's going to be replacing Braylon Harrison over the next 3 years in Reed Brinegar. Reed Brinegar is a freshman, but he is a leader.
Braylon has left his mark on this team for the past 4 years as a varsity starter and continues to do so despite the circumstances. And he has proven that he is still as much a part of this team as anyone else. For Hardwood Heroes, I'm Lucy Schaefer.
Unfortunately, Megs has seen their superstars fall, and for the Spartans, they're working to build up superstars of their own. Through that process, there is a new feeling in Alexander, and lead reporter Maddie Kiefer is here to explain it.
Shane, the Spartan boys finally grabbed their first win last week, and they were hungry to keep winning in a showdown with Nelsonville York. The Buckeyes immediately went to war with the Spartans. They scored 7 straight points and were only stopped by an Alexander free throw.
Wow, so the Spartans started slow. Was their scoring drought due to defense?
Absolutely. Nelsonville York came into this game with a plan, and here's what went down. The Spartans get the ball, 2 Buckeyes swarm and yank it away for free points. As the game continued, the Spartans coughed up the ball too many times to count. Mix in NY superstar Keegan Swope, and Alexander dropped this one 74-43. Although not Alexander's best game, one player was a bright spot for the team despite his stats. Isaac Waller, a senior center, is the motor for this boys' team. He hustles for every loose ball and records many steals each game. Coach Jeff Skinner talks about Waller's effort.
His effort is outrageous. And the thing is most people don't think of that kind of effort as being a talent, but it is absolutely a talent. Otherwise, everybody could do it.
So the momentum faded, but the girls had some of their own.
We all know the amazing story surrounding the Lady Spartans, but this week just didn't go their way against TVC Titan River Valley. This game started off slow. The score after the first quarter was only 8-6. Talk about a defensive slugfest. This game remained close until the second half, where River Valley quickly pulled away and defeated the Spartans 51-36.
These girls have been rolling, but what wasn't clicking?
2 words, the press. River Valley pressed the entire game. Shane, I was shocked they had the energy. This would either cause a rush shot by the Spartans or an insane play for the Raiders like this one from Layla Mullins. This allowed River Valley to rack up the points and for them to run off with the game.
Although not the outcome Alexander wanted, were there any bright spots for these girls?
This Spartans girls team is full of potential, and superstar Kaylee Hudnall was the leader for this game, putting up 11 points and 3 steals. I've said it once and I will say it again, Hudnall is the girl to look out for. The Lady Spartans head into the playoffs, where next week they'll play Huntington, and I don't know about you, Shane, but I'm super excited for that one.
Oh, trust me, I am too. I'm super excited for that one. Thanks, Maddie. Moving from a top team for the girls to the top team for the boys, the Vinton County Vikings. To break down their non-conference showdown, we bring in Vikings reporter Natalie LaFleur.
Thanks, Shane. This was a big prove-it game for this Vinton County squad. Vinton County started off this game frustrated with missed shots. Courthouse's tight defense and speedy breakaways caused VC to break down both offensively and defensively. With Courthouse leading 18-9 at the end of the first, the Vikings had a sudden shift in energy, and aggression and passion lit up within the Vikings coming into the second quarter.
So you mentioned this sudden shift in energy. What exactly changed for the Vikings?
Well, Cobra Sharp was on fire for the Vikings, contributing all over the court. Garrett Brown had an impressive but quiet 20 points to contribute to the comeback. For a player like Brown, 20 points could be done in flip-flops and half asleep.
So the Vikings made an impressive turnaround, but could they come out on top?
Unfortunately not. Vinton County kept it close throughout the second half, but never pulled ahead. The second quarter momentum faded, and the Vikings struggled on defense, which contributed to the win for the Blue Lions.
So with the tournament coming up for this team, what does this loss mean for the Vikings?
Tuesday was a big test. However, they are undefeated in conference play, but that success hasn't translated to the non-conference. This team has yet to win more than one road non-conference game, which isn't too promising leading into the postseason. A win on Tuesday would have been great momentum leading into postseason, so the Vikings need to work extra hard in practice to prepare physically and mentally for the tournament. Now, this was a close one for the boys. On the girls' side, it was a similar story. I witnessed quite a war on the court Thursday night that saw a standout individual performance for the Vikings. The Vikings started off this game awfully slow, falling short to Megs 15-9 in the first. Something was ignited at the start of the second, and energy started to pick up immensely. Kylie Smith had the team fired up and became an absolute force on the court, shooting 91% from the field following the second. Fast forward to the third quarter, both teams were getting down and dirty. Benton County felt comfortable leading for the majority of the third until the Marauders started to put up quite the battle. Keegan Wolf drilled a deep three for Megs to end the third quarter, only trailing VC 39-40. As time was ticking in the fourth quarter, this battle became scrappy. Both teams were flustered and turning over the ball. With emotions high, the Marauders were continuously sending the Vikings to the foul line and couldn't pull through to lead. Smith racked up 24 points and 8 rebounds to wrap the game up, and VC took home the well-deserved win 52-47. This was great momentum for the Vikings and will hopefully translate to their upcoming battle against Washington Courthouse.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do and if they get the work in. Thanks, Natalie. We saw both Megs and Alexander teams play each other, and you know what? We've got a double feature for you. Now the Buckeyes and Golden Rockets, they're doing the same thing. We've got Nelsonville York reporter Sam Nolan to break this week down.
Thanks, Shane. On Monday night, the Lady Buckeyes came into Wellston hoping to build momentum for the tournament ahead. This was an absolute tale of two halves. NY took control early, and Era Levy was unstoppable per usual. Levy dropped 21 of the Lady Buckeyes' 26 points in just the first half. Wellston came out of the half, forcing Levy to some tough shots, causing the star to cool down. This put the Golden Rockets in the driver's seat the rest of the game, winning 52-49.
So there was a clear height advantage in favor of Wellston. How did that change things for NY?
Coach Truax mentioned that facing such a tall team presents a different challenge for the girls. Coming out of the half, the Golden Rockets let this be known. Center Lauren Cheatham dominated the glass and was a presence in the paint. The Buckeyes could not match her down low. She finished with 24 points in the comeback win for Wellston.
So with the regular season coming to a close, what can we expect from the Buckeyes in the tournament?
Well, this is not a one-girl show for the Lady Buckeyes, Shane. Elena Okulich has made her presence felt on both ends of the court all season. She's the #2 leading scorer for NY and leads the team in both rebounds and blocks. She's a name to watch for the Buckeyes heading into the tournament.
So the girls have dropped 3 straight now, while the boys, they're rolling on off a win.
The boys are on fire after taking down Alexander 74-43 on Tuesday night. On Friday night, the Buckeyes hosted the Wellston Golden Rockets for senior night. They jumped out the gate early, going on a 10-0 run.
NY's offense has been hot these past few games. Do they continue to roll on Friday?
Well, Shane, the Buckeyes could not miss from beyond the arc Friday night. Keegan Swope led the attack with 6 three-pointers of his own, while 3 other players added 2 apiece. The ball movement kept things fluid all night for NY. The Buckeyes had 14 assists, and Swope dropped 7 dimes of his own in the contest.
So what about on the defense? Only 33 points allowed all game. How did the boys get that one done?
Well, Coach Gabriel said pressure was the key on defense. Forcing turnovers came with ease for the Buckeyes. Swope finished with 7 of the team's 14 steals on the night. NY ended up taking this one 73-33 in their final home game of the regular season. The Buckeyes are a team to watch going into the tournament, Shane. It seems the boys are catching fire at the perfect time.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see if this team can keep moving up. They've got to continue that streak. Thanks for the great work, Sam. It's fan vote time. 83% of you guessed correctly, picking the Buckeyes to take down the Golden Rockets. Make sure you head over to our Instagram, get your vote in on our Instagram story, and let us know who you think's gonna win. This matchup was super close, with 51% of you voting in favor of the Bulldogs taking the win over the Raiders. So let's see who guessed right in this conference matchup. Wrapping up the Ohio, none other than the Athens Bulldogs. We have Athens reporter Camden Walsh to give us the insight.
Thanks, Shane. The Athens boys made the trek down to River Valley for another conference battle. It was senior night in Bidwell, but Athens brought a new feeling with them.
Yeah, Camden, I heard they were missing some key pieces.
You heard right. It was new lineup for the Bulldogs. Athens was missing 2 seniors in Luke Mullins and Sam Traynor, but they came to play regardless. Weston Wheatley stepped up, making his presence known with 15 points and 4 rebounds over the course of the game.
This was a low-scoring game, but something had to give.
In the second quarter, both teams only put 8 points through the net, and defense was on full display. The Bulldogs just couldn't slow down Braden Bennett. He put up plenty of shots for the Raiders to keep it close. Ultimately, this game came down to the final seconds where River Valley took the lead and the win, 39-38.
So like we saw with Waterford, the girls also had their shot at their conference crown.
Yeah, Shane. To cap off a largely successful season, the Lady Bulldogs headed into MacArthur to take on Vinton County. Last week with their win against Alexander, Athens got a piece of the TVC Ohio title, but this team didn't intend to share. The Bulldogs came out of the gate on a mission, taking it to the paint to start it off, with Ella Chapman driving inside for a mean layup to set the tone. Athens was hitting perimeter shots early and often,
with Quinn Beggs taking a step back and knocking down a three. Thanks to these efforts, they dominated the first quarter, wrapping it up with a 26-6 lead. The Bulldogs' momentum carried into the second. Although their offense slowed down, Olivia Smart didn't, not missing any of her 5 shots from inside the arc in the first half. In the second half, the Vikings tried their hardest to fight back, but Asa Holcomb would snag a steal to keep Athens moving and put a couple more points on the board. Scoring stayed slow and steady. With Lex Copel dominating the glass, she made sure the ball stayed in Athens' hands, grabbing 7 rebounds of her own. The Bulldogs bit down on the TVC title against Vinton County, taking this one 62-41.
Yeah, but I heard the celebration had to be held off.
Yeah, Shane, the Athens girls cut down the nets at home on Thursday night after picking up their 7th straight win. They wrapped up the regular season in dominant fashion, taking the win against Wellston with a final score of 76-46 over the Golden Rockets. Coach Koska was very impressed with the development his team showed this year and all the hard work they put in.
I'm super, like I said, I'm super proud of the kids. They played their hind ends off tonight. They did all season. 18-4 record overall. That's amazing. I couldn't tell you the last time we had 18 wins.
Next week, the Athens Lady Bulldogs can look forward to a trip to Jackson to face off with the Waverly in their first round matchup.
That should be a good one, and I can't wait for next week. Thanks, Camden. The Lady Bulldogs have their title, and Tim's back to fill us in about the rest of the standings.
Shane, the girls got their title, but the boys is a different story. You and Camden just talked about it, but the Athens girls captured their Ohio title with the win over Vinton on Monday. They'll take their 7-game win streak into the tournament next week against Waverly. River Valley and Alexander finish in 2nd and 3rd respectively. NY finishes in 4th, Wellston in 5th, and Meg's rounding it out in 7th. Now, I said it last week, and I'll say it again, the boys' championship will come down to VC and Meg's on Tuesday, so buckle up. However, both teams will play one more conference game after that Tuesday night showdown, so it isn't necessarily a title game, but it'll definitely make things more clear. Now, Shane, it's time for my favorite part of the week, Heroes of the Week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always so excited to announce these. Let's not wait any longer. This time, the boys are going first.
This week, our boys' hero had a record-setting performance, scoring so many points he would have beaten the other teams single-handedly. Our winner, Waterford guard Jared Armstrong. Tuesday night's game against Wellston would be one for the Waterford record books.
This man got hot early and just didn't stop shooting. Wilson had no answer for him defensively.
He was flawless in transition, and his teammates were able to work him open, leaving the rest to him. And I'd say he took advantage of those open looks, Shane. 40 points off 63% from the floor. He notched 33 of those points from beyond the arc, looking like a young Steph Curry out there.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Tim, he now owns the Waterford record for 3-pointers in a game. I mean, talk about a performance. Congrats, Jarrett. For the girls, we have a player that came into the program and has taken her team to a whole new level. Oh, and did I mention she's only a freshman? It's Alexander's Lily Ryder. Ryder has helped form an instant 1-2 punch with Kaylee Hudnall, and she knows how to light up the floor.
She's quick and can fly across the floor, and she can really shoot from anywhere.
And she's only going to get better as time goes on. She'll be a staple of this Spartans team for years to come. But let's jump into this stat line. 23 points on 58.3% from the field, and that on shooting 50% from beyond the arc. She was rolling against the Marauders.
And it's not stopping there. Tack on 4 boards, 3 assists, and 6 steals. She can really play either side of the ball at a high level. And as the tournament approaches, it's performances like this that will make or break a team's season. And judging by what we've seen so far, some of these teams are primed for a stellar game.
Yeah, and it's great to see the competition get more and more fierce as we go on.
But that's all the ball we have for this week. Be sure to check out our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for your weekly TVC updates.
As always, thank you for watching. And of course, we're reminding you to be heroic.